thank you for joining us again. We have Mr. Metin Rhawi here. I've interviewed him before in the past, but I wanted to get an update with him. He's very well connected to the region, and in regards to what happened the other night in Syria, we had an Armenian priest get attacked along with his father and several other casualties. So, and I thought it would be a good update to speak to someone well versed in the issue. Thank you for joining us tonight, Mr. Rhawi. If you wanted to take it away and just give us an update on the situation, I know that we'd love to hear it.
Thank you for having me with you again. Obviously, what happened in Kamishli several days ago and again today with bombings, car bombs, or today a person riding on a bicycle or motorcycle throwing away a grenade, killing somebody, injured others, is something that has disturbed the security situation in Kamishli. On Monday, it was the priest on his way from Kamishli to Deir ez-Zor. He was attacked. He was along with his father in the car. Very recently after that, Daesh claimed the attack, and they were the one who took it on themselves. We can see a resurrection of Daesh since the situation a month ago, a little more than a month ago, with the abrupt withdrawal of American troops from the region, and the incursion, the invasion, the attacks from Turkey along with their jihadists. Although it has been ceasefire for a while, it is only on paper between Russia and Turkey, and Russia doesn't seem even to bother whether Turkey is following up and keeping their words, their promises according to the agreement. So the attacks have been ongoing for a while, have never stopped since the actual ceasefire. In some places, maybe yes, but in a total as agreement between Turkey and Russia, Turkey has not fulfilled its obligation to the agreement. Yeah, sorry. No.
So my question to you is right now, we know that al-Baghdadi was taken out by the Americans a couple weeks ago, and there's been some obviously a big issue with a lack of leadership between Daesh right now. So do you see an issue with, or do you see a link between the attacks that happened the other day and the lack of leadership in Daesh? What do you think the next steps are going to be for them?
Okay, I leadership or lack of leadership within Daesh, if that could be contributing to attacks or something. Obviously, Daesh has not given up their dream about creating the Dawla Islamiyya or the Caliphate of ISIS. So they are continuing struggling in their mind. They are on the right path, and we attacked them severely. We defeated them along with the coalition. But since the coalition's and American presence has been absent, and the attacks from Turkey, also bombing prisons where we had them in Syria, the Daesh people, the fighters, they have been able to escape, several of them, hundreds, some, I don't know the extent of the people who escaped, I don't have the exact figures, but of course, sleeping cell of Daesh and those who fled and now joining Turkey in the attacks against northeast Syria are going to take some action like they're doing now. I think we will be facing more instability, insecurity, attacks, bombings, and suicide bombers as well. And of course, as an even in a regular war on the ground between people of Daesh, maybe having other emblems on their soldier shoulders right now, and maybe go under other name, but we will see the same people, the same mentality, the jihadist attack. Obviously, the lack of leadership, or the new leadership of Daesh will not play that big role in that sense. Maybe they will not be organized together as a unity, but rather go under other leadership like Turkey is doing today. Turkey is the leadership for Daesh, for other jihadist groups on the ground today. They are attacking with their drones, with heavy artillery, and on the ground they have jihadist groups such as members of former Daesh or Daesh even. We
Yes.
can
So
see
when we
also
last
that,
spoke, go ahead.
yeah, no,
No, no,
no.
go ahead. Fadl. I was gonna say last time we spoke, we talked about a lot of the minorities, the Christian minorities and the Kurds, taking up their own, I guess, security into their own hands. Did we see any new developments on that front? Are there any new strategies that we can talk about that you think might be good to highlight?
Obviously, the community or the components of this community, the Democratic Autonomous Administration, the DAA, has, along with its military branch, SDF, and the different components inside that, have never laid down their weapons. They have agreed on a ceasefire. They have agreed on the agreement the Americans did with Turkey, withdraw from their checkpoints or their borderlines and so on. But unfortunately, doing that, American left us, and Turkey could take over and attack us. So we lost our positions. Now we are defending from very neighborhoods, even, like in Kamashi and other cities or villages. We are inside where the civilian lives, and the civilian had to flee uh, from houses again. They are in this place, and the soldiers are taking over the battle again. The reason, I mean, the claims that Turkey have had from the beginning, openly saying that it is the terror groups they are after. They don't have any problem with people in general in Syria, northeast Syria. When it comes to Christian minorities like the Syriacs, Armenians, and others. But what we can see is that's not the truth, because in the Khabur River region, since 10 days back, more than 10 days back, the Syriac Military Council, the MFS, the co-founder of SDF, Syrian Democratic Forces, have claimed its rights to preserve and protect and all front lines in Khabur region, and also the checkpoints in Khabur region. But still, we are under severe attack from Turkey, drones all the time, non-stop. It's 3 last days,
So it's been
72
nonstop for the
hours.
past couple of weeks. It hasn't stopped at all.
No, they have not stopped at all the attacks. I mean, even though Turkey is talking about 10 kilometers to 30 kilometers safe zone, but
Yeah.
Kabul is more than 30 kilometers from the border, and still they are attacking where only Christian soldiers are on the ground. The Christian militia are on the ground, and he is claiming that he's attacking Kurdish terrorist groups. So connection is obviously not right. The person is Erdogan, then is delusional. He has his own story. He believes his own life, and he's attacking and he's committing war crimes, chemical weapons. He have committed war crimes. His jihadist group have been killing civilians and so on. I mean, we talk about the Khabur River area or region. It is 33 villages for the Assyrian community who live there. It was about 60,000 of our community living there before Daesh, 2014 and before. Um, After that, the region was more or less emptied. Maybe you know or you remember that more than 200 people were also kidnapped for ransom and got back. Churches gathered money along with the civil society who helped. Um, Before the attacks now risen from Turkey, there was about 2,000 who lived still there in Khabur River. So from 60,000 to 2,000. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I mean, devastating. And before the last attack, the recent attack, we had about 1,500 something living there. And since now the attacks now are going on, we are trying to defend the region, still bombing us. No curse there. SDF will withdraw. We are the part of SDF standing there. The YPG is not present and attacking. Uh, Civilians don't live there anymore. It's empty. Uh, we have casualties. We have 5 mortars now. We have people who are detained or imprisoned by the Turkish jihadists on the ground. We have even martyrs that we are not allowed to get their bodies back. They ask for ransom of it to give us back. The situation is really tough. Uh, they are using very heavy artillery, uh, the big sized Doshka bullets, and drones, Turkish drones dropping bombs all the time.
Yeah. So overall, the situation is deteriorating very fast. I think is a pretty accurate statement. But I want to kind of close in the situation or get close in this update right now, and just talk about what the steps are you think from the international community to step up. What things, like two, three things we need to highlight right now. So we have, correct me if I'm wrong. Right now, we need to talk about the fact that the ceasefires are not being participated from the Turkish side. We have huge amounts of Assyrians that have already left, and we have ongoing attacks on the Christian communities. Would you say that these are good points to, I guess, articulate to the community?
Yeah, I think that is some of those very important things to remember to have in mind because Turkey and Erdogan have said he's attacking the Kurds, the so-called PKK affiliated, as he's mentioned them and calling them. But in our region, in Khabur region, it's only MFS, the Syriac Military Council. So why keep attacking more than 30 kilometers inside the borders? That's
Yes.
number one. The ceasefire has not kept his word. That's true all over the region. Um, but what we should highlight now from the international community, I think it's important that world leaders take their responsibility. Mr. Trump, Putin, and along with the European Union leadership, no-fly zone is important there, so we can stop these drone attacks and heavy artillery. Obviously, if these jihadist groups still are going to attack, then we can face them one-to-one or
Yeah.
arms to arms. Not the way it is now. We are fighting NATO. We are fighting NATO member who uses his mobility, his capacity against hand fire, more or less. That's number one. The second, I think if he is sincere with what he's saying, he should not be obstacling, he should be welcoming even um military on the ground from Europe, from European Union countries, from America, from Russia, patrolling the borders. He should withdraw his jihadist groups, and he should also back from the intention he has, talking about letting people come back to uh, migration back to resettlement. I mean Syria, because these people are not from that region. They are not their regular inhabitants. They
Yeah.
should be
We
able
know.
to go back to some coast. We should help them, but what he's trying to do is demographical change. That is not okay because he wants to put in these jihadist groups, most radical people, along with the civilians who can move back who are not from that region. He puts them in the region, and the people of the region should leave their places because they cannot coexist. They don't have the same mentality. Uh,
Yes. Yeah, so those are good points to wrap up. I do want to make a quick note that President Trump hosted Erdogan yesterday, and I believe he's still here at the White House. And one of the first things he says was, or in his speeches, he says, "Yeah, we're protecting Christians." I think sufficient to say, based on your I guess your explanation, if that's not happening at the region, and it's
very,
continuing to
very
go against exactly. So he says one thing, does another thing. So
He is lying. I will tell it very clear. And along with him, Mr. Trump is going further in the denial of what's happening, that he's not standing up for human rights, uh, religious freedom, uh, human dignity. Today, even Trump is losing, he's only considering the oil, only mentioning the oil. I also listened to some of the press conference they had. He really requested people who are Turkish friendly to ask questions. I mean, this is stupidity in my opinion, and I'm very open with this. I am very sad that United States is using this president their superpower position that people cannot count on them anymore. They're not liable to what they say. Uh, the way Erdogan is invited there, it's like to all 11,000 martyrs who fought with Trump against Daesh and died. They died for the stability of the region they lived in. Of course, they fought for themselves, their own families, their own soil, their own land, but they also fought to finish the caliphate of Daesh. So they would not be posing a threat to Europe and to United States security, risk in US as well. And Trump um, keeping on this way, he will lose all what we call faith in him and the United States, unfortunately. I mean, even stopping resolution like genocide uh, just to please Mr. Erdogan, who is totally lying when it comes to his not having problem. He wants to defend Christianity. The question is, who are the Christians defending them? Because it's
Well,
not us.
yes. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. Your updates are always very informative. Again, thank you so much. I
I would
definitely,
like just finish with we need really your help now. Uh, Not because we are Christians in first hand, because we are humans on the ground there, not because we are afraid or not ready to take our responsibility, because it's not equal fight. Uh, not only because of us, but because of the future of the Middle East, because it's going to be continuing this war with a nation who has no right to be inside another nation like this, um, and using people who are intelligent and to attack others. This has to stop because Syria and Syrian people are deserve to have a political solution and not military one that's going to come.
very well said. Thank you for your message. Like I was saying before, we'll definitely keep updating each other on the situation. Thank you so much for your time.